people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. Greg and James beat 'em up. It's your favorite show on Twitch, where
Greg and
James play beat 'em ups, and not just any beat 'em up. Every beat 'em up. Here we are, Cedric
in the house.
Yes, an excellent reference to the greatest Simpsons episode of all time, Homie the Clown. I understand that that might not be a universally held opinion, but it is the correct one. I remember Rich once asked me, he said, "Who's your favorite non-Simpsons character?" I thought about it for a few seconds and said, "It's Krusty the Clown." And Rich's response, Rich was like, "I didn't think it was possible for Krusty the Clown to be someone's favorite."
Really?
And I said, think about Golden Age Simpsons for a moment. And can you think of a single thing Krusty says or does that isn't goddamn hilarious? And he was like, okay, that's fair. That's a fair point. And it is. I believe that I have done some dumb shit here.
What have you done?
I think I forgot one step in my preparation. Let me check. Sure did. However, I can recover this. We're just going to go to a screen without the sheet for a moment.
Shocking.
Hope things are well, Cedric. Okay, and then I very quickly have to find out some numbers.
Yeah, Cedric, what are you playing lately? Are you?
4270 102. Okay. 4270.
Sorry, James is just running some plays real quick. We'll be back in a moment.
Okay. And now, there's still one other thing that I forgot to do, but we can deal with that live.
Yep. Is that the thing?
It was resizing the box images. I'm not sure why.
Whoa, this one is huge.
This one, yeah, it's just a really high quality, high resolution image. Courtesy, I believe, of Moby Games, but I'm actually not 100% sure. Ooh. Oh, man, I still haven't played... Against the Storm, I've wanted to play now for like a year. I still haven't figured out how to fit it in my life. But it sounds so cool. I've never played Frostpunk either. And I would like to.
Really, really good. I haven't played it either, but it looks amazing.
Frostpunk is on the endless list of games I would like to play that I'll probably die before I ever get to. But Against the Storm is specifically on my I got my eye on this game list. So it's a little more frustrating that I haven't played it. Along with Echoes of Wisdom and the new Elden Ring DLC. I think those are the three big ones.
Yeah. I mean, you're a huge Zelda guy, and you played a lot of the older tree.
Yeah, and the Avocado Games Cast community top 3 contribution episode is coming up, and the requirement for your top 3 of the years, they have to have come out this year. And I think this might be the year that I finally did not manage to play 3 games that came out this year, but I guess we'll find out.
Oh wow, really?
Super Princess Peach.
Yeah, that came out this year.
That's one.
Oh wow, that's a big flag right off the start.
I don't know.
Wait, what do remakes count? Because you played Mario RPG, that came out this year.
Did it?
Yeah,
I got it
came
for
out this year.
Christmas, I thought. Maybe I got it for my birthday.
No, I'm pretty sure Mario RPG came out this year.
Okay.
It might have come out. You're right. It might have come out late last year.
Well, you are allowed to do late last year things. So
okay.
I've got 2 at least. I can buy a new game and play it, and then be like, all right, here's the top 3. It's the only 3 I played. In a worst case scenario. All right, but yeah, check it out. We've talked about it for a while, and the moment is here. We decided to put a pin in the Peacekeepers. We'll revisit it when we get to 1993, and we'll play it in rushing beat Shura form to find out if the experience is, I'm going to guess, significantly more canny with background music, because it was uncanny without it.
It was
not even the least bit canny.
There was some disturbing aspects to it.
It was it was strange. It would be a compelling choice if it had been a choice.
Yeah. By
the developers. It's still compelling in a way in the why on earth did the localizers make that choice? But less for artistic reasons and more for just practical reasons. Because it seems like there must have been there's definitely more than 0 work involved in turning off all the stage background music. Why do that work? I don't know. But we've been talking about beating them up on the go, and it's time. So we're going back to 1990 to start here. We haven't played any portable beat 'em ups to date. There are some obvious... Oh, well, you know what? It's an official Game Link thing, and maybe we're going to have to figure out how that... I don't think there are many, if any, Game Boy emulators that emulate Game Link via letting you just play with two screens next to each other on one computer. For much the same reason that our having two sets of headphones hooked up requires a specific plugin for OBS and cannot be done through the system at all because there's just an assumption that just one person is playing on the computer at any given time. I don't know. So that might be something we have to look into because one obvious limitation of the portable beat 'em up would be, barring some peripherals and a friend who has the same portable and the same game as you. You can't have the two-player play. But we're going to try them out. For this week, we've just lined up the Double Dragon trilogy of Game Boy games, which is not a one-to-one representation of the arcade or Nintendo Entertainment System trilogies. Not least because, well, we'll talk about it when we get to Double Dragon 2 for Game Boy. But for first, let's fire up Double Dragon 1.
Yeah.
And
let's get into it.
Let's see what it's like. Let's see what it is and how it do.
So we played Double Dragon 1 a long time ago on the stream. That was one of the very first games we played.
It's been a long time. We've played Double Dragon 1 for the Sega Master System more recently.
True, yeah.
And
a flawed port, that one.
It had its...
It had charms. If you had never played the Nintendo version...
You'd like it.
Yeah.
But the NES version, for the very weird choice to prioritize really good performance over two-player simultaneous play, and for the limitation of never being able to display more than one enemy type at once, still kind of just feels like a tighter, more realized experience. Partially because the Sega Master System got multiple enemy types on the screen at once, and then just kind of threw them at you with no real... Didn't really feel like they'd been crafting levels, such that your first Abobo is just a mob enemy in the first stage, but then Abobo is still the boss in the first stage. Weird little things like that. And the music was, the music is just as good, but the sound is not it doesn't sound as good because the Sega Master System had an inferior sound chip. That's not a problem with the Game Boy. So I think we'll be satisfied with the Double Dragon music here. But let's find out together. I'll play first.
Yeah,
you can
you've
play
got the
Double
controller
Dragon
in
2
your hand.
first, and we'll pass and play. Yep. Okay. I believe that I have now set the music to an acceptable level for the folks at home. With a decent mix to our voices, but let me know if I'm wrong about that, Cedric.
Were we blowing his eardrums out a moment ago?
Probably not blowing them out, but certainly drowning ourselves out with full blast music. Okay, here we are. Double Dragon? Yeah. Sounds great. The classic theme. Yes, we were, but it sounds good now. Perfect.
Great. Good stuff. Alright. Yeah, Mode A, 1 player. Mode B, 2 players.
Alright, so obviously... have to look into this, and we'll see if we can come up with a good solution.
Hit Mode B first. It might be a pass and play thing.
It might. Well, no, because the box says Game Link compatible.
That's true, but unless it prompts you to plug in your Game Link, it's not gonna...
That's fair. That's a fair... It rejected my start button.
Then there you go. That's the answer. Oh, okay. The classic intro. Oh, they kind of undersell the gut punch on that one.
They have... the sprites are not the same dimensions. Huh. This song is oddly tempoed.
Do you have a punch as well?
I don't seem to, but is that because I've configured the controls wrong?
Well, you got 2 buttons. You have to have 2 buttons.
Yes.
This is a Game Boy. Ah. You have.
B. Looked like I did it wrong, which is odd, because I definitely didn't accidentally press L for A when I was configuring it. So let's find it. Nope.
So what's the second button doing?
they're just both kicking.
How come?
Like, they are both doing something. Let me double check this. It keeps changing this, though.
It keeps changing A to L.
But I'm not pressing L, and it still works. Okay. What on earth? Let's err on the side of just erasing the whole thing and rebuilding from scratch.
So this must also work for Game Boy Advance games?
Yes.
Yes. I can tell because this setup has
this
L
is the
and...
Visual Boy Advance app,
right,
which emulates both. And yeah, the setup has the L and R buttons. I always found it odd that the Game Boy Advance didn't, because it's so Super Nintendo-y that it doesn't have an X and Y. Okay.
Yeah, there
is a punch. And I can jump now that I have working buttons. Jumps are very floaty.
Yeah, they look very floaty.
The sprite work is good. They obviously, I feel like they made the legs longer and skinnier to accommodate the much smaller display, which obviously we're not dealing with.
No. Honestly, it still looks good blown up, though.
It does.
Like, some Game Boy games do not look good when you zoom in.
That's true.
Oh, these Lindas are faceless, though.
That's a little terrifying.
It is. They're like mannequins. Honestly, probably the least sexualized Linda outfit, though. She even has her own, like, hairstyle.
I would say that Double Dragon 2 Linda, with her sort of much more Mad Maxy, like the hair, the punky hair and stuff.
You just gotta be the right kind of
gentleman. This is an interesting take on the classic Double Dragon song. I think the tempo is not really coming through for it.
Only been 2 enemies on a screen at any time so far. Do you wonder if that's a technical limitation?
And they're always the same, it seems. Like, this is 2 ropers.
Yeah.
Is roper that kind of, necklace?
I don't think so. Not normally.
No. I wonder how many of those were just choices and how many were, like, concessions to, get the graphics to, like, look distinct.
Mm-hmm.
Billy doesn't quite look the same as NES Billy. His hairstyle's a little different, I think.
Well,
There's more of a pomp to it.
Yeah.
The Lives portrait is yet another, awful... The only time I think that Billy and Jimmy ever looked any good in portrait is Super Spike V-Ball.
Yeah.
Where they are the high defense team. They can stop any spike.
Look out, he's got a flag. Ooh, oh, wow.
Ooh.
This is the first time you're getting beat up, honestly.
Getting wailed on.
Okay, good. You can throw them in the...
You can throw them down. Moveset seems pretty limited. Seems to be jump kick and then punch into combo and kick into combo.
This Abobo really has a almost media-like head.
Giant pumpkin head Abobo. Which I think probably makes sense for getting him to display.
Ooh!
Ooh! He's hitting.
He's hitting hard.
Stupinski, welcome!
Welcome!
Yeah. It's the new... Wednesday's the new Tuesday, as the saying goes. I like this song. The screen seems to struggle when you want it to scroll in the opposite direction that it's been scrolling in. Okay, I pulled it out. Yeah. Mission 2.
You get full health back?
Ooh. Playing all the hits.
How does walking feel? Because jumping is very floaty, but how is...
Walking feels normal. It's a little slow, but... I honestly think the lowered tempo is a part of the charm of the NES Double Dragons in particular.
Yeah.
Makes the fighting feel more impactful. Yeah, if it wasn't for the blank face thing, I think these would be great Lindas.
I agree.
I think they're pretty good Lindas as it is.
But yeah, they do not have faces. I do like that they have... I like their hair.
Yeah.
It's a very 80s look.
Ringo Death, welcome. As they keep saying,
Platforming.
all around. Wednesday is the new Tuesday, baby.
Does this platforming feel good?
It didn't feel terrible, and I survived it.
I'm surprised from that because the double button push platforming, when you don't have a dedicated
It's
jump
very
button.
responsive.
Okay, good.
I'm not sure if that's just I mean, honestly, I don't have a ton of hitting the buttons successfully problems to jump in Nest Double Dragons, but it doesn't make me like the platform jumping. This worked. It was fine.
Oh, that Linda had a rope.
It's very easy. Like I find the
Yeah,
regular
it seems
enemies.
pretty easy.
Like I just kicked her a couple times. She went down, and then she went down the first time, was defeated. Oh, this is an elevator that will go down.
It's pretty good music though.
Yeah, this is a very good rendition of a very good song. 2-player was available by a link cable, which is a thing I should have thought about in advance. We're gonna
Well,
possibly wind up having to do a second day of exactly this just to revisit. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oop. This is when you take on Shan, right?
In the first one, for sure. And these are not the same level layouts
No,
as the NES
they're not
version,
exactly
but
the same.
they're thematically similar. Like the first level was like you didn't fight a Bobo in the room inside with the bottomless pit. There was a third room, but basic idea. And stage 2 in Nest Double Dragon culminates in a forced side-scrolling climb up a place. I've solved another puzzle, Greg, in Frosthaven.
Oh, they're coming fast and furious now.
This one, once again, credit to Rigodeth, particularly just for the nudge. In this case, reminding me that there was that side puzzle. Yeah, it's Jin!
Jeez.
Or Karate Fighter, as he was originally called when this exact character design debuted in Mat Mania, the real proto beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Much more so than the oft-credited Kung Fu Master. Oh, sweet.
Oh, you guys.
I missed the kick and got a 1-up off it. I feel validated. And I got
Yeah.
it. Alright. Feels good. Like, this would be fun to play in the car while your parents take you somewhere.
Yeah. Alright.
I might like this version of this song better than the NES version.
Oh, they've still got him up on the tree. Yeah, this is a pretty good adaptation.
Yeah.
Like, obviously limited from because of the hardware, but like, it's not showing that much, honestly.
No. Looks great. Plays pretty good. Like, you'll just have to take my word on that for now.
Oh, I think it's very likely you're playing this whole thing. I'll just go first.
It seems
on Double
possible
Dragon
that I'm
2.
just going to win, yeah. But hold on, let's... Well, I'm excited, because there's more I have to do. But, yeah, Rigodeth reminded me that the initial cryptogram puzzle...
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
That was close.
That was very fortunate.
Then she drowned.
Eat it, Linda. I was having some really frustrating... I was playing Castlevania today.
Yeah.
So, getting hit and the knockback taking me right over the pit instead of right into it felt good. Yeah, there was that cryptogram which I solved. Ooh. I didn't fully... Like, I peeked at what the next puzzle was going to be without fully reading it because I want to wait until we've officially done
The text.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But, oof. I set myself up for that. But, oh yeah, and I solved the,
Oh, hey, you did a throw.
yeah, sweet. Okay, so you can do a grab. Sweet, expanding the moveset. Yeah, okay. Just a matter of Oh. Hey, and there's the back elbow. Sweet. I'm pretty sure the critical, punches to a downed opponent move is not going to be in here because they do not stay down long enough.
No.
So I'm thinking it's just not here. But yeah, so that the cryptogram had another little thing. Remember me talking about there's a phrase of 2 words, 5 letters, and then 6 letters that we got to keep an eye out for? Well, turns out that phrase, we couldn't have kept an eye out for it because it was in Gloomhaven.
Okay.
Remember how disappointed we were back when we opened the thing? The envelope X? No, envelope A, the ancient technology one.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, hey, here's a thing written in a cipher you can't do yet. Well, turns out that it's just in the language. Oh, damn. This Abobo's got my number.
The last Abobo was pretty tough on you, too.
Yeah,
oh, he
this
got
one's
you.
actually defeated me.
Huh? Oop, shoot. Well.
Yeah. Well, next time this happens, beautiful back elbow, we will, I'll press pause and then hand it to you.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But yeah, so not only that, but this, okay, this is not fully earned,
Oh, man.
but I couldn't find that envelope. So I looked it up. Wait, is the second Pumpkinhead movie called Blood Wings? Because that's a very cool name. Yeah, so the phrase is metal mosaic. It's at the end of that card. But I also had to look that card up on a wiki, which happened to mention... Yeah, I did not have faith that the movie would be any good at all. Pumpkinhead 2. But yeah, Blood Wings, Pumpkinhead 2. It's pretty cool. Nice. Oh, Linda using an off-brand weapon.
Wait, what? Oh my god.
But you cannot dive into the water, Greg.
I didn't dive into the water.
I know. Hopefully, the next time I die will be on a subsequent stage.
Oh, Roger Clinton.
Oh, wow. I think I knew that. I didn't necessarily know that about Pumpkinhead 2, but I think I knew that Roger Clinton had been in a Pumpkinhead.
So, sorry, is this the puzzle from the first page? Or this is a puzzle from the latter page?
Second puzzle in the puzzle book.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I got the phrase, but also on the page the wiki where I went to get a picture of the card so I could do the translation in the first place, I should probably say transcription.
Mm-hmm.
It's an implausible one-to-one letter representation of English for the unfettered language. Yes! I was hoping that Linda would also mess up in the same way. One thing I'm just going to quickly point out is that right there, the screen started scrolling to the right in response to my button command until it got far enough from me to lock me into walking again.
Oh.
Because I had gotten all the way to the edge before I triggered it. That's interesting. Yeah, so it revealed that also, at the end of the Town Records book, which we never finished,
No.
because, at a certain point we had completed the main quest of Gloomhaven, and we weren't going to just grind for several more prosperity levels just to read the Town Records book, or whatever else is required. And so it revealed that you get, at the very end of that book, there's also another phrase, and I decided, screw it. We've put enough time and enough of our, our effort in life into Gloomhaven products.
Mm-hmm.
We deserve whatever that phrase is. So I found my Town Records book and I translated that part too, which added a new event to one of the decks.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember which anymore.
Like summer or winter or road or city?
It was definitely summer, I want to say, but you can tell from my tone of voice that I'm not that confident. and I'm not even willing to, in an uncertain tone of voice, say definitely for the other.
Right.
Whether it's town or city. But yeah, so I think it might be Summer Outpost, because that is already such an absurdly thick deck that it's like, I hope there's nothing super important in a specific. Yeah, this is a tougher Abobo.
I think don't jump.
Which makes sense.
He's got counters for jumping.
But he's also got counters for anything else I do.
Holy shit. Yeah, this isn't a Bobo who is a...
Okay, wait. Alright, this is tedious, but I've got it. If I hit him with one jump kick and then get off the Z-axis, he doesn't immediately get me. Unless he steps onto the Z-axis with me again.
And then immediately gets you.
However, this is never going to kill him, because it's never going to knock him down. I don't know how to beat this Abobo.
Well,
maybe Greg does.
Greg has one more chance.
I like that even at this, the low resolution, and then, picture it as pea green and not backlit.
Yeah.
Pea soup green. They made sure to animate Billy's hands so that he throws a left to right and then an uppercut. Or I get probably because it's mirrored, he does it backwards the other way. It's ambidextrous. So anyway, yeah, we got an event in there, and the word metal mosaic, when you add it to the little, blank lines, 3 of the letters are above number symbols. So we have 3 pairs of numbers and letters, which are quite possibly also coordinates on the map. I don't know, though. I haven't looked into it. I haven't done any reasoning about what those numbers might mean, although my first assumption is map coordinates, because we just did a puzzle that was map coordinates.
Yeah.
Which I don't... Have I explained the solution to that puzzle yet?
The map coordinates one? Yeah, that was the last one you did.
Okay. Yeah, it was literally just...
counting peninsulas.
Counting peninsulas, yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so there we are. I've shared all this information with you now, even though obviously I will have to share it with you again on the show that's about the game Frosthaven.
Well, I'm doing much better now that I didn't jump into water for no reason.
Yep. It's weird that these expert martial artists can't swim, but
hey man,
that's the rules of this universe.
I also can't swim. I have no martial arts skills whatsoever. Okay, well that one didn't work.
I'm thinking if it's stand up and fight him, no, because even your kick is not.
Wow, no, he's impossible. Game over.
Probably not literally impossible.
No. Obviously it's possible, but
close enough. Close enough. Good enough for government work, as the saying goes. Do you want to give it another try, Greg? And you could actually play one of the levels that you can beat and get a.
Yeah, let's
get a the power fantasy going.
I'll play from the beginning. Pass to you whenever I lose, and then how long do you want to spend on each of these? Because I think I've got a pretty good idea of this.
I don't think we're going to need another attempt in this. But we might as well do one more. Both get the feel for it. I'm not sure we'll get to all 3 because of the fun fact about Double Dragon 2 for Game Boy that we'll discuss in a moment.
Yes, which I think is going to make us want to play that one a bit more closely.
Really, really nice Game Boy graphics in this game. The buildings in the background, the buildings in the foreground, the sprites, the barrels.
Oh, my kick is disabled when I have the bat.
Huh.
Yep. Disabled.
Interesting.
Oh, okay, taking a hit.
So I I hit game-breaking... I hit failure states, not bugs, but just failure states in both of my weekend games this weekend.
Oh, shoot.
But they're both, in different ways, entirely recoverable. And in fact, one of them, I might not have hit it. We're going to find out. But so in Space Quest 4, Roger, Wilco, and the Time Rippers, which is currently in the running, if they stick the landing, to be like one of my favorite adventure games I've ever played. Possibly my favorite pure adventure game. I don't know if it'll be Quest for Glory, but because, for one thing, as the name kind of implies, it's a time travel game, which they implement in a fun way, where, it's a Sierra game, so there's a little taskbar at the top of the window that says Space Quest 4, Roger, Wilco, and the Time Rippers, until some cyborgs from the future basically try to kill Roger, and then some other time travelers show up to save him, and they're trying to get away, and then they're like, there's no time! They open a time rift, and they're like, get into the rift! And he goes into the rift, which carries him to the far future, and then the title changes to Space Quest 12, Vohal's Revenge 2, because it turns out the villain of Space Quest 1 and 2, Vohal, wants his revenge again. And they didn't even know this. They couldn't have planned this at the time. But there's...
this Abobo is so much easier. I mean, he's still tough.
Yeah.
He's the toughest enemy.
Oh, not even close, but...
Oh, I'm probably going to lose to him, actually. Indeed, I did.
I get it.
There you go. Oh, shit. Sorry, I thought there would be, I thought it would be the start of mission
I was
one
ready.
again.
The thing is, with this Abobo, you can land on his spot and then hit him a couple times. Mission 3 Abobo, you cannot.
Yeah, even just getting the uppercut off on
PlayStation 2.
Abobo. Oh, yeah.
I already played it.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem. So then in the far future, you eventually steal a time pod and you travel to... the next stop is Space Quest 10, Latex Babes of Estrus. And presumably... Man, they really went for it in the Pumpkinhead series with cool titles.
Mm-hmm.
Including the just Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead's pretty good.
It's a good, just very straightforward concept for a horror movie villain.
Ooh.
Oh, you hate to see it.
You too. I guess you really have to go all the way to the edge of that platform.
You do, yes.
You do. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is the villain Pumpkinhead in the first movie?
I have not seen Pumpkinhead.
Okay.
But I do believe I can answer your question, which is that I think there is a human villain who summons Pumpkinhead, but also Pumpkinhead is not good.
Okay.
Cedric might know more than I'm.
You suspect?
Fact,
Unless he's just on the Wikipedia page,
Yeah.
to be fair.
In which case, he also knows more than me.
That's true. He at least knows. He at least has access to plot synopses.
Yeah. So I.
Okay.
Every stream needs a resident Pumpkinhead expert. What on earth am I... Oh yeah, Space Quest. So anyway, it turned out that in the far future, when I was in Space Quest 12 timeline, there, sometimes on the screens when you're wandering the apocalyptic city, the Energizer Bunny just appears.
Okay.
And also, one of the items you get in the future is a rope. And I tried a bunch of times to lasso the bunny and it didn't work. And then I carried on. In the first movie, yeah. So Pumpkinhead, not good.
Yeah.
But if the person who wrongs you is bad, then it's
Sure.
It's at least a Tales from the Crypt level of ambiguous, morally ambiguous horror. In The Thing from the Grave is scary and, You shouldn't bury someone alive with you. But on the other hand, this Bill is an asshole. And he deserves to be buried alive. Classic slasher movie motivation. Taking horrible revenge for an accident. I was gonna say like in Friday the 13th, but I think Friday the 13th is way more an example. Oh no, it's an accident.
Well, it's an accident born of neglect.
Yeah, not an accident. Accident's the wrong word because it is neglect, so it's not an accident. But it's not like they didn't drown the kid for fun or something. So yeah, I moved on.
Oh shoot, we never got that move out of him when you fought him.
Yeah, but it turns out, hey, nicely done. You got a 1-up. It turns out that you need to 20,000 points is the spot, and I think.
I mean, you can only. There's no way to get more points.
Well, hold on. Throw a kick. Kicks are more points than punches, but you land fewer of them in a combo. Ooh. And it's Lance Henriksen. So is the first Pumpkinhead like alright?
I mean, I would guess that it's pretty good.
Good plot, good monster design, Lance Henriksen. Your mom, yes, in the house. Against all odds on a Wednesday.
Surprisingly good.
Okay, I might have to check that out.
Can I ask a question? Because I always get this movie confused with Pumpkinhead. What is the movie where there's a boy who has a terribly... Damn it. Come on.
It even made the pause chime once and didn't pause.
I know.
Well, I'm glad to have you here, dog.
Yes.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, there's one where... What's going on?
You perma-paused it.
How?
Like
Maybe just click on... Oh,
wait. No.
Something's open.
Spotify is pulling some shit here. Why? I do not have a Spotify account. Xbox Social. Go to hell. Why do I have these... What is this shit?
Okay. Yeah. What is the movie where there's a boy who has like a horrible face deformity? Mask.
Yeah,
Thank you, your mom. I bring this up because I always get them confused because I always think that kid's name is Pumpkinhead.
Oh, man.
Because his face does look kind of like a pumpkin.
If you remember before you leave, and I'm sorry to... This is a cruel thing. Actually, just remind me before you leave there's something. I won't even tease it because I'm absolutely not saying it on the air.
Okay. Fair.
But there's something I
think you've successfully managed to tease it.
Yeah, I failed and I'm sorry. But like I'm not being funny when I say I'm not saying it on the air. I'm not saying it on the air.
Not saying it. Not for consumption.
No.
Okay. Oop.
Oh man, I looked away to read your mom's message.
A dual slot VCR?
Oh no. Well, actually, I mean, why am I saying oh no? Rather like, oh boy. This sounds like a great setup for any... There's a lot of ways you can go with this joke that would be great. Oh no. Oh no.
Would he just swap over to what the was in the other slot when his parents came in? Is that where this joke is going?
Well, it's important what movie was on the other in the other slot too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh yeah, because when you have a dual slot VCR, you can tape over.
You can record. Oh.
He hadn't put any porn on it, so his friend had to watch the whole movie. Just waiting for there to be porn.
That's a great and fairly wholesome prank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, here comes the moment of truth. I'm not optimistic.
Oh, I've put you in a terrible situation for it.
Well, I'm gonna do my best.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
No,
'Cause this,
just you can't get it within range. Can you like come at his back? Can you take his back? No, he turns instantly. Impossible. I mean, not impossible.
Not literally impossible.
If we spent time on it, we could do it.
Unreasonably difficult.
Very difficult.
Now that said, up to that point, fun game.
Fun game.
And
huge spike in difficulty, I would say, though, with specifically that
specifically
Abobo.
when that Abobo walks onto the screen.
Like there is a gentle difficulty up. Like you can tell just from like that first level, you can go the whole level without being hit. And by the third level there, you are getting hit a couple of times by randoms. Oh. But then that Abobo really ramps it.
That sucks, your mom.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's real cold out there.
That's real bad news. I'm really sorry to hear that.
It's real cold in Halifax.
Is there just a closed game? Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so
I don't know where to put that though, to be honest, because it's definitely it's not boss.
No, but it feels like a lot actually depends on the multiplayer experience.
Yeah, you think so?
I think we need to defer judgment, and I need to address that somehow. We're going to have more than one day of beating them up on the go anyway, because there's Lethal Weapon and Darkman after the Double Dragon
There's
games.
a lot of
and there's stuff. Also got to look into whether Game Gear Double Dragon is distinct from Sega Master System Double Dragon.
Which emulator are you using?
Virtual Boy Advance.
Right.
Yeah.
I've used this in the past to do the
Visual Boy Advance.
Visual Boy Advance.
Virtual Boy obviously is actually an entirely different thing.
I've used this in the past to do this emulator in the past to do the Mega Man Battle Network games, which I now own legally. But they released an actual collection, but for a long time.
Those are on that list of mine.
Yeah.
Things to check out sometime. At this point, I might as well wait for the Switch 2.
I think they're really good.
I've heard good things. And I'm sure I'd enjoy them.
I played them when I had a Game Boy Advance, like the first time, when they were released the first time around. Never played all of them. But then years later, I was like, I really want to play those games, but there's no way to do that except to emulate them.
You want to switch us to box 2?
Boom. So.
Which I must also fix. So, first thing I want to point out about this is that the box art for Game Boy Double Dragon 2 is actually the box art for Nintendo Entertainment System Double Dragon 3. They just changed the Roman numeral and didn't put the subtitle. But perhaps more interestingly, even than that, actually hold on. Before we advance, it's actually a good thing when I try to start telling a story about an unrelated game and I get sidetracked because, we have things to say about the game and there's activity in the chat. That's how we want it. But I also need to close off my thoughts or I go insane. So
yes.
It turns out if you go to the Space Quest 10 timeline without having captured the Energizer Bunny and stolen his battery, you cannot beat the game anymore. Which I eventually realized. And by realized, I mean, I was starting to say, I'm pretty sure this is the case. And then Rago Death confirmed it. And I was like, okay. When I went back, it turned out the answer to catching the bunny was on one specific screen, there's like a pillar that if you hide behind when the drones come by to murder you, they don't see you. And if you hide in that exact spot and then use the rope on the ground, Roger makes a snare with it. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as he makes the snare, it always spawns the Energizer Bunny on that screen. You get a chance to catch him.
Oh, great.
So that was kind of dumb. But the nice thing about adventure games, though, is that the majority of the time of the gameplay is figuring out what the hell to do. So having to go back and do all that, like, I did that in the last half hour of the stream and almost made it back to where I was. So, no harm, no foul. Then on Sunday, it turned out that very, very early in the game, a woman's like, hey, can you find my missing daughter? The Hound of Doskar will need to help you. Here, take her wooden practice sword. And then, this very linear game does not give you any progress on that quest for about 30 hours of game time. Mm-hmm. And then you meet you find out how to contact this spectral entity, the Hound of Doskar. And its gimmick is it needs to smell, it needs the scent, or it needs an item that's of significance to the person.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the practice sword. In the middle of this, you get stripped of your entire inventory during a segment where the avatar is imprisoned. And then when you get it back, well, thank goodness there is this specific point. Because you get it back, and I spent like 45 minutes fixing my inventory because you pick up so much stuff while you're in prison, but then you have to sort it all.
Yeah.
So I believe I left the right wooden sword there. But I've gone and found that wooden sword. If that's not the wooden sword, then it's somewhere in the game.
No.
But if that's the case, the good news is Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpentile, just like Ultima 7 Part 1, the Black Gate, has a debug room you can access that contains every quest item.
Oh, that is nice.
Worst case scenario, I'll go to that place and I will steal the quest item. But failing that, hopefully it's just the sword that I found. We're going to find it. Double Dragon 2 for the Game Boy. Developed by Technos, released in 1991.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share the interesting fact, Greg?
So this is not an adaptation of Double Dragon 2. It is in fact perhaps the greatest martial arts series ever, Kunio-kun. They, for some reason, unclear why, rather than adapt Double Dragon 2, they just took an existing Kunio-kun game that had never been released in the West and just skinned it to be. We'll see exactly how much they reskinned, but reskinned it to be a Double Dragon game. Unclear why they did that, but that's what this is.
So let's find out. Let's find it together.
There's in fact no Double Dragon 2 adaptation for the Game Boy. That just doesn't exist. Didn't release it as like the Lost Levels or anything.
All right.
Never bothered.
Well, here we go. Double Dragon 2 or Nekketsu Koha Kunio-kun Bangai Rankohen or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bangai Rantohen.
I mean, they have Japanese text on the screen even.
Ooh, a likely ban evader, hey?
You can be banned?
Well,
the game.
I'm not going to ban them right now. It's too much work. Yeah. So, when you say you played it on NES last month, your mom, do you mean you played River City Ransom or you played Double Dragon 2: The Revenge?
Yeah. Okay, well we've got start and continue. That's nice. And we have difficulty on this. That's good.
Nice. Excellent. One of the great games. After the Black Warriors were gone, it was very calm in the streets of NY. Again, Billy and Jimmy something. They joined a training hall called Scorpions. The boss, Gordon, had made the Scorpions a good name. The guys that were trained there were very strong.
Jesus.
Something.
There was a
This guy didn't like this. His name was Anderson. Anderson shot right, tried to frame Billy and Jimmy. They've been framed. Or bring Billy here.
Okay, boss.
Okay, hold on a sec. I'm not sold on the idea that this is Kunio at all. This looks
very Double Dragon-y.
Yeah. You want to do... Ooh. That's a very interesting Double Dragon move. Do you want to do some additional research? Maybe we have our facts slightly wrong?
Yeah, maybe we're talking about 3?
Yeah. That'd be weird because the subtitle of Double Dragon 3 for Game Boy is The Arcade Game.
Hmm.
I love this leaping uppercut move. Here's an interesting control quirk, Greg.
Yeah.
Check out the screen for a second.
Yeah.
Pressing the 2 buttons together once ducks.
Oh.
And then you do the springing uppercut by jumping again.
That is interesting. Yeah, so they did change the graphics and the music.
Oh, wow.
So that's
interesting because this is not like Double Dragon 2 music?
No. But this is original music to this. Also, yeah, no, this is Kunio-kun.
Huh.
This is, it is just a Kunio-kun Game Boy game that plays differently from regular Kunio-kun.
Okay.
But I think if you were seeing this in the classic Kunio-kun chibi graphics, it would feel more Kunio-kun-y.
I think that's almost
Do you know what I
true.
mean? But I mean,
although, like,
just without changing the gameplay at all. Because we're
the
used
gameplay
to...
doesn't feel super Kunio-like, though. Partially because it's slowed down. I don't know.
Yeah.
We will obviously have to check out the other one.
I'm trying to see which Kunio-kun game it is.
I certainly like this song. This music sounds like Kunio music.
So it was released digitally for the Nintendo 3DS, the Kunio-kun version.
Oh.
But otherwise it was never released in the West.
There we go. Oh!
Okay.
I thought that baseball bat guy was the boss.
Nope. It's this dude.
Oof.
He's wiry, James.
He's tough. And
Okay.
yeah.
Jesus, he's kicking your ass.
Ooh, faced the wrong way.
That's the move.
Yeah. That was the move for the baseball bat guy too. Ooh.
Nice.
You gotta get off the Z-axis and just meet him with the uppercut when he gets to you.
Nice, you got it.
Of course,
Nope.
no room for error.
mistimed. Oh. No, that's gotta be
There
it.
was that slight bit of... Okay, hey, at least I'm respawning.
Oh, you respawn. Nice. There you go.
Oh, man. I shouldn't have lost that life. Oh, well.
Yeah, you were just one away.
Yeah. It's because he punches so quickly, Cedric, that the force of the air being displaced is enough to knock a trained fighter down. Well, weird that they would bother, like if this is indeed a new soundtrack, weird that they would bother to do it, but this is a good soundtrack.
Oh, you do have a downed opponent move in this one.
Oh. Ah. This guy's gonna be dead though.
Yeah, he sure is.
Okay. I gotta get a guy down and... Ah. Yes. No?
Nah, you weren't anywhere near him. That would have been your problem there.
Damn.
Nice.
Oh! Sweet. So it's not like crouch on him, but it's like a real bad knee drop right to the lower abdomen / groin area.
Oh, didn't get it. There you go. The rising uppercut is good.
It is. It's unfortunate that the standard punch and kick are really ineffective against some enemies in a way that like kind of just corrals you into spamming one move. Oh hey, a little grab.
Is that just walking into a stunned enemy?
Yeah.
This feels like a Kunio-kun location.
Yes.
Much more so than the first one did.
Yeah, as soon as we were going down a subway
We
stairwell.
were like, oh, that's Kunio-kun.
This is Kunio-kun.
Kunio-kun
for sure.
loves trains.
Yep, which makes sense.
What's not to love? Especially Japanese infrastructure.
it doesn't feel like either the Renegade or the River City Ransom Downtown Nekketsu Story branches of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It feels closer to Double Dragon to begin with.
Yeah, so I mean that makes sense for why they would choose it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, was that the level? Oh, nice. You did much better against. That was a much easier boss.
Dun, 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 dun. A little disappointing that it's not a beat-em-up RPG, although at the same time that does keep our project moving quicker.
Yes. Also, I think that aspect is also a reason why it doesn't really feel as much like Kunio. Because we've certainly played non-RPG Kunio games. But the RPG ones are the ones that leave the biggest mark in my memory, at least. In terms of, like, you know, those are really, like, all-time games.
Yeah.
Where the other Kunio games are good, but not, you know, not nearly as good.
Well, and then there's Shodai Nekketsu Koha Kunio-kun, which is really quite not good.
I didn't say they were all hits, James.
Yeah, that's fair, Stimpinski. Sleep well. I'll catch you on the weekend. Or maybe tomorrow.
Anything is possible, James. We are playing tomorrow, too. The 2 days in a row is,
I don't have classes to teach, so, like, it's a terribly busy time of year, but not in a way that makes it hard to do 2 streams in a row. Just in a way that makes it hard to get up every day and live my life.
Yeah, in retrospect, Kunio-kun loves to travel. He loves to, like, go to another place to beat up people, like usually a rival school or something.
Yep.
And they really want to show you every step of his journey. Like, yeah, he gets on the train, he goes. Yeah.
He's in the original Renegade, he steals a guy's bike.
Yeah.
Like, he beats up a motorcycle gang, and then he drives via motorcycle to the next location. This does feel good on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
In a way that doesn't, like... Double Dragon 1 was fun, and it felt suited to the Game Boy, but it was also very clearly, you know, this is a scaled-down version of an existing game. This feels like an original game built for the Game Boy.
And it's interesting that you say that it wasn't going to get an adaptation, because this is an era where Kunio games were getting adaptations. Like, they didn't really...
Localizations?
Localizations, yeah.
Yeah, but not as a unified series.
No. But they didn't really step away from the Kunio-kun series until the next generations of consoles. Sort of the... In the Famicom days, they were still adapting most Kunio-kun games.
Hold on. Let me think. Okay, Greg, keep track of this on your hand or something.
Okay.
Renegade, the first soccer game.
Yeah.
Crash and the Boys, River City Ransom.
Yep.
Those are the ones that came. Is that 5?
That's 4.
4. Am I missing one? I don't think I am. Meanwhile, not brought over. The hockey one, the basketball one, the other track and field one, the second...
Oh, you didn't say the volleyball one.
Or
dodgeball. You didn't say Super Dodgeball.
Oh yeah, Super Dodgeball obviously brought here. So 5 were brought here. And then second track and field, second beat 'em up. Let me just pause for a second. Second track and field, second soccer, second beat 'em up, basketball, hockey. Literally they brought half. I think there's 10. They brought half. This guy had, you know.
Yeah, smart idea.
Yeah,
like a gun.
He's like, I'm not very tough. I am very much a paper tiger. I might be 6.5 feet tall and 200 pounds, but.
Oh wow, all of that.
And then this part is quite unambiguously Kunio-kun.
Yeah, I don't think at that scale.
They didn't even change the sprite there.
Well, I don't think they were worried because
Yeah.
it could just as easily be Bimmy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's obvious Kunio-kun, but that's just because we know. And this was almost definitely not weird New York. Man, they couldn't make it long enough to fit on one screen. Like, I understand copy and pasting. You don't have infinite information here.
Yeah.
But why not go just a little further, you know?
Pretty rapidly, yeah.
Yeah.
Even just like have some space between the buildings. Like there was a street.
Yeah.
Whoa, send me flying. Whoa.
There you go. Yeah.
The punch combo is so slow.
Oh.
There doesn't seem to be an over-the-shoulder throw, which is odd. There's the toss them this way and like a kind of shove throw from the collar.
Yeah.
This soundtrack is aces.
I am interested to see how different it is, because it says original music, but it's also possible that they just tweaked it.
We'll definitely check it out, because why not?
Yeah, why not?
And especially because it's not an RPG, like we don't have to worry about item descriptions or anything.
Yeah. And honestly, it's probably this exact same. Like, we won't see the story.
Yeah.
But man, how much of the story did we see on this one? It goes by so quick. There it is. That seems like an instant kill. Which,
might be.
You know what? It should be.
But no enemy has survived 2 knockdowns, so they inherently have 1 knockdown. It could just be an insta-kill by default. Like, the amount of damage this does is always going to kill an enemy. It's not necessarily set to automatically put them to 0.
Yeah, it does seem like most enemies have 2 knockdowns. I think you're done. Ooh, no. Okay, Jason.
Jason meets Leatherface. Alright, here we go.
Oh wow, and you can hear the chainsaw? That's very good. More people should just kick Jason in the balls. It does the trick, doesn't it? Whoa! Ooh!
Jason should get more kills with a leaping chainsaw slash.
Yeah! That was bad. Oh!
Oh man. No!
No, he's got you.
He got me.
That was
It's
it. Game over.
You want to see if you can continue?
Let's see.
I mean, did not seem to be a password system, so I assume you can continue.
Yeah, it wasn't giving you anything. Oh. It says 1 player continue.
Gotta press stare at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, sweet.
Wow.
Alright. I think we're gonna get to all 3 of these Double Dragon games. Now, on account of this not being an RPG. Which is great, because we missed a couple weeks, so a 3-game week that also basically clears a 4th game that we'll check out briefly, but...
Damn. Well, fine, I'll fight this guy.
I'm really into this song.
It's good.
I dig this song. It's great.
Dude. Damn. There we go. I got him. That'll do it.
What a satisfying move. That's the beauty of the Game Boy. You can be on Friday Night Frosthaven and still be playing a game while I read the various texts.
It's Something we should maybe suggest to Rich to keep him, involved.
Yeah.
It's interesting that this is a Game Boy game and like a Game Boy beat 'em up game. Oh wait, he got back up.
He did. So that confirms it's not an instant kill, but also you jumped into that like in an arc from below, like not quite at his speed
yet. Damn.
Yeah, you gotta get off the Z-axis with the chain guy.
Yeah, he's really tough.
Close on him.
Oh, I did it.
You're immune to the other guy while you have a grab on. Chain guy's tough.
Chain guy is tough. That's gotta be it. Oh, he ducked!
There you go.
There we are. Oh, this guy's not done.
I like how the kick combo ends with a jump kick that really just sends them in an arc. But you get a lot of upward force in that kick.
Boom. I do love that as a finisher though. Just double knees to the gut. Okay, now we're chasing it.
Nicely done. So here in this era of ChatGPT, one effect that has happened is there's just way less normal cheating.
Yeah.
Which is great news for the academic integrity officer, who just has so much less work to do. Now, the downside to that is that there is still cheating, it's just more work to catch, and I don't know that anybody in the institution except me is doing that work.
No.
And then separately,
right.
you got a life, you're gonna beat this guy. Oh yes, I should have been doing that. So close. I think it was Z-axis alignment there. That cuts both ways.
No.
Damn it, Jason.
Nah, damn it!
No. And I feel like you were.
Oh, I think I was one knockdown away.
I think one knockdown was probably all
Felt
you needed.
very close.
Alright, should we go check out Double Dragon 3?
Let's do it.
Because we're going to revisit this.
We're going to revisit this as a 2-player, so let's do it.
Yeah. Hopefully as a 2-player, and definitely as a...
I found a thing that's supposed to be a Game Boy Link situation.
Perfect. Okay. So, I might as well show the... one sec. Take us to box number 3.
Yes, sir. Alright, this one's actually pretty good size. Bit misaligned.
Size it up a little. And maybe bring it in. Double Dragon 3, the arcade game. Now, I'm skeptical this is really a straight adaptation of Double Dragon 3, the arcade game, which also is a good thing, because that's not a good game.
Also, why is Jimmy fighting with his dad in this version of the game?
Yeah, they never settled... maybe they did in Japanese box art that I haven't seen. In North America, they never settled on, and for that matter, in the games, whenever they have a detailed picture of their face, they never settled on what these guys are supposed to look like.
Mm-mm.
And just like, yeah, neither of these dudes look like, I mean, they don't look like young guys to begin with.
No. One of them looks a little bit like a really juiced up Tom Selleck.
Yeah, and I don't think he has a mustache. I think he's pulling...
I think it's extreme shadow, but it does look a lot like a... Well, it gives him a sort of...
It's weird. Or maybe there's like a little Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. But
there is a little Ricky the Dragon about him. You're not wrong. It's the hair.
It's weird. Yeah, it is. And the headband, although.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, Double Dragon 3, the arcade game. Probably not actually an adaptation of Double Dragon 3, the arcade game. Will it be a port of Double Dragon 3, the Sacred Stones for NES? I don't know. Produced, okay. So this is not a Technos game, it doesn't seem.
Press select to turn
The
music
Sales
on.
Curve Limited.
Interesting.
That's not a promising development team. Billy and Jimmy went on a journey to complete their martial arts. On their return home 2 years later, they met a fortune teller. This is the plot of Double Dragon 3. Find the 3 Rosetta Stones. This will take you to Egypt. There you will find the world's strongest enemy.
It's me!
But beware, no one has come back alive.
Yeah, this is Rosetta
sort
Stone.
of the, like, all 3 games are that particular old guy. Whoa, much faster.
Yeah, it looks much faster. A lot more zoomed out, too.
It's got a weapon shot. That at least is a adaptation.
How is it going to do that? You can't put quarters into your Game Boy. How is it adapting the weapon shot?
I don't know.
Much tougher as well, looks like, right from the start.
Double Dragon 3 on NES is much tougher than the other 2, but this is absurd. It also appears that I start with, if I'm interpreting that correctly, 6 lives.
So, all of the adaptations were handled by Sales Curve.
Oh, all of them.
Yeah, except for the Genesis version.
Interesting. Okay, into the weapon shop. I guess I'll take some. So we just have a supply of coins. I'm going to take some life, thank you, because I just got the shit beat out of me. Oh, an extra life.
Power records? Nope, can't
It's
go in
just
there.
decorative. These guys look very silly with their diffident little kicks. But,
Yes, versions were released for the ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, Amiga, Atari ST, followed by the IBM PC, Genesis, and Game Boy. All of the versions of the game were developed by the Sales Curve with the exception of the Genesis version, which was handled by Software Creation.
Here's a weird thing.
What?
To do a jump kick, you have to jump and then press punch.
What do you do if you punch, jump, and then kick?
You just jump.
Oh.
With no kick.
Okay.
This is not very good. Also, all the enemies so far have been the same one guy.
Oh my god.
If there are moves other than jump kick, punch, and kick, I haven't found them yet. And like, the way that they're fighting me is stupid. Like they just kind of like pile onto the same position and then do the same moves in tandem.
Oh! Was that a stomp move or did you just jump?
I don't think I did a stomp.
Oh, the other's different.
Hey, a new enemy. Hey, 3 of them.
Hey.
Well, that's something. But they're also using the tactic of
All going in the exact same spot. Yeah, you're essentially fighting one guy who hits with 3 punch. Look at that. It's like he's blurred, like he's moving super fast.
I feel like this is a faithful adaptation of the arcade game, and that like right now I'm sending this to the goon tier.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me with
This
something.
doesn't look good.
The song's fine,
Yeah.
but the
I mean-
songs in all other Double Dragon games are terrific.
Yeah, that is damning with faint praise. Now, there weren't really very many video games out in 1991, were there? I'm just looking at the reception, and all of the scores for this game, the lowest somebody gave it was on the ZX.
Well,
Crash gave it a 70.
I'm thinking, hey, here's something at least. Classic beat 'em up challenge.
Like, anybody who's watched this has seen you be very good at the last 2. So the fact that you are struggling this much with this one, I think is is an indication of the difficulty of this one rather than...
I'm also having a... Okay, there's my kick. I couldn't get my kick to deploy. But also...
A lot of men your age have that issue.
This is... Okay.
Oh.
It started as a classic beat 'em up challenge, but it sucks too much to really count. Why is it... Okay.
There it is.
Got him. He's dead, but that means there's more.
Oh my god. Well, let's hope you... Yeah, you've
Okay,
got it now.
It's a standing kick.
You've got it now. You can't be moving forward?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, 2 different types of enemies at once.
Yeah, that's a huge step forward.
Give it...
Especially because this is still the GBA, right?
Hmm?
Oh, sorry, not the GBA.
No.
This is still just the regular Game Boy, right?
Yes,
Not even
Game
color.
Boy. Well, the Game Boy Color has no processing power advantages that I'm aware of over the regular Game Boy.
No, but I mean
Just
just
has
in
more
terms
colors.
of... Even in terms of time.
Oh, yeah.
It's only been, what, 2 years since the release of the first game?
Yeah, this is a 1992 game.
Yeah. I can't even tell where you are anymore. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, they did not do a great job of designing all enemies to be clearly distinct from Vimy.
The first 2 that we played were quite good.
Oh, yes.
I thought the first one we played, Double Dragon 1, I thought that was an amazing adaptation for Game Boy. Like, I don't know if it's like I don't know where exactly it goes.
Yeah.
Because it definitely wasn't like the best version of that game, but
No.
But I thought for Game Boy, incredible.
Yeah, well, it's like Mario Land 2. That's a fun game.
Yeah.
It's not, like, in the conversation for, like, best Mario games up to that point, even.
You're right.
It's just like, no, obviously everyone, including the lost levels, is probably better. Hey, Val. First notice in China. Your battle is waiting, Double Dragon.
Okay. But yeah, and then the second one we played, I thought was really good. Like, I thought, oh, what a good Kunio.
Oh.
Okay, and you get a trick.
Give me the trick then. And put my power up.
Okay, I know who this is supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and this like also looks like the China level in NES Double Dragon at least.
I really don't like the enemy sprites in this.
No.
Like they clearly spent some time on the Double Dragon, but
The animations are terrible. Terrible.
But yeah, this is a step down. You know what I mean?
In fact, that's also true of Double Dragon 3 in the arcade series and Double Dragon 3 in the NES series.
It's true, but like you would have sometimes adaptations can actually like save a game. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, Double Dragon 3 for the NES is way better than for the arcade.
Yeah.
It's just inferior to the... These guys look like I can't remember what his name is, but the guy you actually recruit in Double Dragon 3 on the NES. The boss of the China level.
Mm-hmm.
Except there's a ton of them. And he's a little taller.
This guy really reminds me... He doesn't have the fez, though. But Farouk, the Shadow King from X-Men comics, who is also just like a big, fat, classic Indiana Jones style Egyptian man with a white suit and a scarf and a fez. This guy has all of that go. Ooh.
You have to beat me before you touch the stone. Okay.
I mean, I don't
think I'm going to.
Game over. Okay, well,
Game over.
I'll give it a go. We got lots of time.
Oh, man. Yeah, perhaps we... Okay. We can keep going. We have other... We can push on to Lethal Weapon and or Darkman.
They went on a journey. Can I skip this? Yes, I can. Totally. Okay, let's get into it. I would like a weapon,
I would probably
please.
actually get a weapon.
Oh,
wow,
God.
that sucks.
terrible.
I can tell how disappointing that weapon is. At least you didn't have to put a quarter in to get it like the arcade game. Just like, he's like doing Hogan chair shots with that stick. Just like the gentlest taps. Doesn't want to hurt you too bad. It's a work, brother. I would say the thing with this music is that like they came up with some good melodies, but I don't feel like they put them together into like really great songs. And this part is good.
I'm gonna kick off my moving jump.
Yeah.
Maybe you just don't get the height you need.
No, I meant that the moving jump cannot get the guy on the motorcycle.
Yeah, you just don't get the height you need.
Yeah. Or like.
Okay, and the weapon only lasts for 1 life.
Bummer.
Well, I mean.
Well.
It doesn't feel like it improved my range at all.
It definitely didn't improve your range. It might have been doing more damage. Probably must.
It probably was doing more damage.
But yeah, this blows.
It sucks.
It's not a good game.
This guy also pushed me back quite a ways.
Ooh.
Yeah. Were you following? I was following it vaguely, but the WoW mount controversy that happened, where they like released a new mount that you could get in the game World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That was like more expensive than the base game of World of Warcraft.
Huh. I can see why that would be controversial. Yeah, it's like, as far as I know, the arcade version, that's like the earliest form of microtransaction.
Yeah.
In a game. And it's really more like a macro transaction because you're putting in an additional quarter, which is all that you put in to play the game in the first place.
Nope.
Alright. Standing jump, but you also just need... You gotta jump maybe now.
Yeah. I know, I knew that wasn't good. There it is. Ah, damn it. Bit too early.
This Billy sprite actually looks like he's got Alex Kidd hair. Just like monkey-ish sideburns.
Yeah.
That come like all the way down.
There's been so many adaptations of Journey to the West. Now I can't remember which one. He was called Monkey the Kid. But that is Alex Kidd plus using monkey sideburns immediately reminded me of that.
Yeah. Are you having any fun, Greg?
No.
Yeah,
not a
fun.
shred.
It's not fun. It's not good.
It's not. It doesn't feel good. I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah, there's no feel to it.
You get lost in the combat. I cannot tell what's going on once I start punching someone.
Because every enemy's technique is all just stand so they're overlapping your sprite in the same position.
And even like
the...
All these games have been black and white, right?
Yep.
This is the most black and white.
It's true. They used a lot of black in the sprites.
Really?
Not nearly as much shading. And really, like, you gotta let the sprites breathe more.
Yeah.
You need more of the light colors. And the music is just killing me. It's just so repetitive. And I do streams of Adventures of Lolo with the same chipper, bouncy, like, maybe 45-second song looping endlessly while you solve puzzles. And I love it. So it's not like I don't have tolerance for repetition in chiptunes.
The first stone is in China. Your battle is waiting, Double Dragon. Yeah. It's goon
It's bad.
tier.
It's bad.
Is it, question, is it worse
Than arcade Double
than
Dragon?
arcade Double Dragon?
I think it is.
I would agree. I'm just getting all of it. I'm not
get it all.
surviving anything.
We don't even know what trick is.
Oh, I have
Hey, you get
nunchucks this time.
nunchucks at least.
Different weapon. That's nice.
But like, come on, man. Extend your arm on those nunchucks.
Yeah, my kick has way more range than the chucks.
That'll be the that's the monkey paw curl for me constantly being like, why aren't they still making Lolo games? When they do, it's gonna be all about activating the Lolo sleepers. There's no way I'm not one of them.
No, there's no way in hell.
No. I am absolutely a Lolo Manchurian candidate.
I'm not even getting to the boss.
Well, you're missing out on nothing.
Ah, damn. My favorite. Yeah, I still got my Zeo.
But yeah, like
that's it.
the core thing that beat 'em ups do is put you in a martial arts movie fight where it's one guy against a bunch of guys.
Yeah. No.
And like, I don't feel like, have we played a game that got it this wrong?
No. This is the worst. They all use the exact same pathfinding. That's the issue.
Yeah.
They all have an optimized path, but it's the same for every one of them.
Yeah, there's no guy who hangs back. There's no guy who tries to get your back.
No.
There's no like,
Okay.
there's not like some enemy has like a ranged attack. There's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This game is nothing. Brings nothing to the table. Okay. But that does mean, yeah, we have time for at least one more.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, let's see. I need to do a thing in the sheet, because the sheet is configured for the idea that we would never get through more than 3 games. Single night.
Oh, it's getting chilly in here.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Ah. It's 21.5 degrees.
It's not over here by the window.
Oh, yeah, right, of course. The window. Okay, hold on. Lethal Weapon, Game Boy.
It's okay, I wore my sweater. This is I like to think of this as my captain's sweater. I always feel like, especially when I do the black t-shirt underneath, that I'm doing like Star Trek bounding.
Yeah, when you, I was thinking when you got here that like it's not quite.
No,
but it's close.
It's very much my my USS Enterprise captain's outfit.
Okay, we're gonna find something out here, which is whether I have actually already acquired the box art.
For Darkman?
Yeah, for Darkman on Game Boy. I think I did. I did.
That's Darkman.
Perfect. All right. So now we're gonna play Ocean Software's Darkman, also a 1992 Game Boy game.
One of the early 90s attempts to be like, you guys like superheroes? We're gonna make better superheroes than comics ever could. Darkman.
Darkman's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
Good flick.
Did not launch a franchise.
Well, there are 3 Darkmans, but the other two are
true.
The other 2 are direct to video.
Yeah.
And Sam Raimi did not return for those, but you know, starring Liam Neeson.
The direct-to-video ones still have Liam Neeson in them?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were saying.
No.
Yeah, Darkman the original
Darkman the original
Liam Neeson.
stars Liam Neeson, like prefiguring what he would eventually decide to do all the time.
Yeah.
As an actor, and directed by Sam Raimi, and
Mm-hmm.
really just a real fun, popcorn flick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The NES game is not a beat 'em up; it's a side scroller. Yeah, not the same vibe. Although I suppose that is Liam Neeson in an action hero-esque role. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what this game's like. And if indeed it is a beat 'em up, or if it turns out to be misclassified.
I don't know if I ever actually played the Star Wars Episode 1 game that was an adaptation of the movie.
Moby Games had it wrong. This is a 1991 game. I'll update that later.
However, the pod racing video game was amazing. I played a lot of that.
I heard good things about that game. And I know I played it, but I don't think I played much of it.
Very good. Very good racing game. I mean, limited. There's very few maps and what have you. But I mean, just...
Oh, it displays your high score. And it doesn't have a preloaded one. So the first time you play this game, you get the high score. Peyton impersonates the gang boss. The real boss shows up, and he must escape through Chinatown. No prologue.
Nope. Everybody knows what Darkman's about. Come on. For the record, this man impersonates other people.
Yep. Oh, hey, we have directional attacks.
Okay.
Renegade style controls.
But the reason he is called Darkman is because his yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm reading. You're getting my live reaction to your comment.
Yeah.
If you just read it in your head and play back my reaction, it comes in the time. An open world level. That is interesting.
So this is the seams are showing, like kind of struggles with some of the scrolling.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we can blame it on the game or if it's an emulator thing, but it cannot display the score while also I land punches.
Yeah.
Which is strange, because it's not like the screen is flashing with the punches. It's significantly better than Double Dragon 3.
The reason he's called Darkman is because his costumes cannot survive direct contact with light. They just start to degenerate. Which is what this timer is about.
That sounds like quite a level. Cedric.
That's pretty good.
In
the movie, she just has like a pistol and it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
So I imagine the rocket launcher really adds to it.
Sounds sort of makes me think of the Super Star Wars games for Super Nintendo, which like in order to have a stage for every bit of the movie, are like, remember that part where Luke busted into the sandcrawler and started killing Jawas?
Yeah. Oh man. I always loved the original. Nobody knew how to...
Cool song.
It's incredible that when you think about Star Trek in the era it came out, because really nobody knew how to sell...
Star Trek?
Sorry, Star Wars.
Okay.
It's a Star Wars... Oops.
Oh!
Shit.
I walked right into that.
That leveled you for a while. Okay. But nobody knew really how to sell... like... Action movies didn't look like Star Wars. So you also get, like, you get that, but then you also get, like, the Luke Skywalker action figure where he's just incredibly jacked. Where it's like Luke Skywalker as played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was not a thing.
No, he was not a 70s. He was alive.
Like, pumping iron, but like...
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Like, he's just jacked. And also, you know what? He would have been the right age to be Luke Skywalker.
I hate this enemy.
A young Arnold Schwarzenegger as Luke Skywalker?
I mean, I'd watch that.
I'd watch that. I can't see anything with the black heel down.
Well done, Greg.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a tight timer. I don't know. You might run out of time before you run out of...
That one walk in, throw a thing, and then immediately step off of the screen enemy really screwed me timer-wise. Note that every enemy is so heavy that when Darkman knocks them down, the screen shakes.
Shakes, yeah.
Oh, okay. I can pick up the weapon, but you have to press B. Or maybe you have to press facing a certain direction.
Yeah, it could have been just pushing down.
Okay. This seems like it's the end of the level. Maybe I can beat that timer.
Yeah, you did it. Oop. Nope, you didn't. What?
And then what?
Oh.
Up.
Okay, yeah. That was the...
Getting to here was a checkpoint that was...
I'll be back. It's good.
Now there... That's, yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Obi-Wan is a whole new casting thought. If we could get current Arnold Schwarzenegger back to play Into the Past to play Obi-Wan, it is a serious failing of modern Hollywood that they have not made a Conan the King movie.
Yeah, with Arnold as old Conan.
Arnold in his Arnold's had some good performances. I mean, not that he didn't have good performances in the rest of his career.
Maybe you just have to jump.
This isn't great.
Just do a leap of faith.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
I did not think that
that didn't look like flooring at all.
And also just there's a lot of horizontal reach to the jump, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah, Liam Neeson famous for his long jump.
Oh, I just meant in the sense of look how high he jumps and how long he floats.
I forget, does Darkman have... I know his disguise skill is sort of the main push. But does he have, superhuman strength?
I know he cannot feel pain.
Yes, that's it.
I'm not sure...
I think beyond that, he's just a good fighter. Because he's definitely more of a... Ooh. Okay,
kick me right in the back of the head.
He's definitely more of a Batman figure than
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely not supposed to be like Superman. But I just mean a sort of the Thing Spider-Man level. Although Spider-Man is way more stronger than people think.
Yeah, Spider-Man is super strong.
Well, yeah, but people put him on that level of he's super strong, but not Hulk, Superman super strong, like the Thing, or Cyborg from the Teen Titans or something. But he's really, really strong. He can pick up a tanker truck and throw it.
Yeah.
He just doesn't punch people with that because he's not a murderer.
He doesn't want to punch people's heads off.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Alright.
Made the check. So,
it doesn't give you back all your time.
No, it just gives you a time boost.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, this game is repetitive. And, not great. And also significantly better than Double Dragon 3.
It does look better. Well, it kind of doesn't look that much better than Double Dragon 3.
No.
But it does look like it feels better than Double Dragon 3.
Yeah. This is not a great sprite for Darkman.
No.
These enemies are interesting. I think
it's actually
been too long since I
think it's a great sprite version of that coat. I think they're doing a good job of emulating what that style of jacket looks like.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
But it's just not an overall...
The animations are very similar.
The animations are very... This feels very much like computer animations of the time than it does Game Boy animations.
Even on a computer, this would be bad animation. This is
No.
not what
I'm not saying it's good. It's not good regardless.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's more
I hate this guy. But this is the answer. You just gotta stand at the edge because then he doesn't get to it. He never reaches his trigger point to throw.
Yeah.
Because he needs space between you when he lines up.
Yeah. That's a legit thing. I read those issues as they came out, the Doc Ock X Spider-Man one. And the first punch he throws against a villain, who turns out to be a guy pretending to be in a power suit, but he's actually just a guy. And it's like the Marvel Universe version of someone using a fake gun to rob a store.
Oh man.
And Doc Ock just fully punches him and just
kills
his jaw off.
Oof.
Yeah, it's grisly. And then the people come, the ambulance come, and they're like, don't you want to stick around and and he's like, no, I've got places to be. And then he just leaves.
Is this just is this game going to just be one endless stage? Or I guess stage that will eventually end when the game ends?
They gave you a setup at the beginning.
Yeah.
I know that the is it the SNES or is it just the original Nintendo Entertainment System that the
other Darkman game is on?
Yeah.
That's NES.
That's NES. I know the NES one. It has this timer gimmick, but it also has multiple levels, and you have different abilities depending on the level.
And there's a mini game between every level that's like a shooting gallery, except you're using a camera to try to get pictures of the guy you're going to impersonate.
Yeah.
And how well you do with that determines how long your timer is.
So this one, you clearly are just fully Darkman the whole time, though?
Yeah. At least so far. But probably forever.
Probably forever.
I'd be stunned.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, it could just be...
Could just be literally like...
It could just be this.
It's just a micro story about Darkman getting away from one botched impersonation. But yeah, I would say, except for quality of background graphics, I would call this superior to Double Dragon 3 in every way.
That's now you say that, but is it mid or is it still good?
I think it's mid.
You think
like
it's
this
mid?
is just an alright game.
I mean, this one we can fully rank because there's no link cable support on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one Darkman.
Yeah,
I
like
forget.
this is...
What's the? I can't recall the box art. Was there link cable support on this?
No, there was another. There was that box, but they made that box. There's a version of that that just says like Game Boy Game Pack. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, I figured. I would have been pissed actually if I bought this and it didn't have a Game Boy game in it.
Oh, from a time perspective, it might be better to go down there. Meet them where they're at.
It's very, very repetitive. I would feel much worse about this if I hadn't just played Double Dragon 3.
Yeah.
Is it Goon though? I don't know. We'll have to look at the Goon tier.
Ooh. That was a good tag team move on their part.
Yeah.
See, but like this is what I'm saying. Like with the path seeking in the last.
Because the
that's
kick
incredible.
makes you turn around.
That's oh my god.
Of course, because it makes you turn around, you can't knock anyone down, and thus can never beat them just with a kick. But that was very fun. That was that moment was more fun than all the fun we had playing Double Dragon 3.
Ooh, I thought that would give you a up.
Yeah, I really thought. Oh, are you kidding me?
That's
this guy on this plane. Well, I've closed the gap. I've got him now. Oh, and that was the moment to refill my time. Oh, cool. On the Force 2D, the dropped weapon just falls to the ground below.
It's pretty good.
It's a sensible touch.
It's a long level if there are multiple levels. Like...
Especially for a level where we're really fighting just like the same small number of enemies.
Yeah, like you've been going
again.
for almost 20 minutes and it's the same level.
And the same, yeah, just like...
Same song.
Nothing.
There's nothing new here.
Like, if this is mid, it's the bottom of the mid, for sure. It's lower mid.
If Darkman has one fan, I am it. There's something very comical about the kick.
They could have yeah. It's not well animated, so it looks very silly.
Yeah.
It's like a... Yeah.
Okay.
They could have given, especially the Fez guys, could have a lot fewer hit points. And this guy.
Yeah, the black belts. I mean, the white belts, I guess.
Yeah.
Oddly, you're fighting.
Yeah.
This is implying you're fighting karate people who have very low level of training.
Oh, even Darkman. Anyone who goes down shakes the earth.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have to jump on those, or is that a stairwell?
I mean, it's a picture of a stairwell, but I bet you fall to your death. I would be shocked if you can actually go on the stairs. I mean, maybe. It's not impossible. But I think we're supposed to jump.
Mm.
Oh, man. Come on. Boss!
Oh, boss!
I'm almost game over. And we're not doing this again.
Holy shit. Whoa!
And he just chest pumped me to death.
What a boss. Game power over. Could have worked on some kerning there.
Can we continue directly? Or at all? No.
Nope.
Well, I don't want to play this anymore.
Hey, you sure it's mid?
I'm not sure.
I think it might be goon. I think it just might be a higher goon than the last one.
Yes, I think that it's probably a goon tier game. You know what? Here's what we'll do. First, I think we've all heard this song enough.
Yeah, let's stop that.
For the rest of our lives. Let's go back to the sheet on screen.
Okay.
Want to get rid of the box.
Yep. There it goes.
And then, let's go to the mid tier. Let's see.
What do we got?
Let's see if any of these games is worse than Darkman.
Dynasty Wars? No.
No. No. I do not think it's going to happen.
It's not. No.
Operation Clean Streets? Maybe.
Maybe?
But that might just
was at least novel. I think that got to the
reason it got to
based on its novelty.
It did. Yeah. And then...
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Nah, it's goon.
So, okay. 2 for the goon tier.
It's just like a significantly higher goon than the previous one.
Let's look at the goon tier. What is it worse than on the goon tier, if anything? It's probably worse than Double Dragon 3, the Rosetta Stone, the arcade game. It's tricky with Battletoads and Battlemaniacs. Battletoads and Battlemaniacs, it's... because, that doesn't even have a good first stage.
Now, DJ Boy here is here for largely offensive reasons.
And Darkman, hey, I didn't see anything
super offensive apart from regular old 80s stereotypes of Chinese people.
Yeah.
mean, Subway. It's better than Subway Vigilante.
Oh yeah, yeah. It sucks in kind of the same way. Just put a little more, just do some more.
Yeah.
But it's certainly doing more of this. Okay, so it's the king of the goons.
Yes. Yeah.
King Gooner. Okay. We could check out Lethal Weapon for the Game Boy, Greg. Would you like to?
What do we got? We got, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give it a look. It's Darkman, disguised as a goon.
An alternate take on Darkman where he realizes, I don't need to impersonate the main guy all the time. I could impersonate just the lackeys to get close to the guys I'm trying to kill. Okay, so to do this properly, let's go to a blank screen for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we're jumping ahead to 1993 here again.
And we'll be back with more on the go next week as we explore the link cable version of the games that we enjoyed. I'm interested to see what the difficulty curve is like when you play 2-player.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm curious too. Okay.
It might be the only way to kill that Amobo.
And then we're just going to see if I can, if I have already acquired the Lethal Weapon Game Boy box art. I actually am not confident that I have, but I might have.
You got Darkman for some reason. Oh, that looks like it. There he is.
Lethal Weapon for Game Boy. Wow. All right, so we can't say that the game is racist just because it, has a picture of a really racist guy on the cover. Ocean Software, so that doesn't fill me with hope. But let's find out.
And also, just the poster for the movie. Not really even trying to...
No. Well, and developed by Eurocom, just published by Ocean Software.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Shh.
Weird.
Yeah, significant pause. A pregnant pause.
Okay.
Do you have to hit start again?
Yes, I do. Wow, tall sprite, and I have a gun. These guys
Somebody's just throwing vases. This does not look like a beat 'em up.
I think this. Well, we'll see what happens when I run out of bullets. You know, I've never played the Waterworld game, perhaps because it's almost impossible to convince yourself that might be good.
Well, there's the Waterworld Simpsons game that you can play.
Waterworld Simpsons?
Did you not know about this?
No.
So on an episode of The Simpsons, Bart plays a terrible arcade version of Waterworld.
Yeah.
That's just absolutely awful. You can play that. They fully made like a digital version of it that you can play.
Interesting.
And it's as bad as the one that they show on the show.
So when you run out of bullets, you do start punching and kicking.
It starts feeling like a beat 'em up.
I wouldn't go that far. It's reminiscent of Mad City in that, but there's not even the mild impression of a stun. There's no stun locking at all going on.
Oh, and you got a gun back. Oh, but you can't use it.
So you have to press select. Oh, so I could have conserved my ammo earlier. Oh, hey, I picked up his grenade.
What do you think of the Lethal Weapon franchise?
Not super familiar with it, actually. Never saw one of them, in fact.
I saw the first one. I always felt like it's not Die Hard. People compare it to Die Hard, I think just because it's a cop movie
Roughly
of the
contemporaneous game.
Yeah. But like,
or movie.
Die Hard is not really a two-man act, where Lethal Weapon kind of is.
Okay, what am I supposed to do with this?
Pick up their grenades and throw them back at them.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But like, aim it. But like, do a better job, James. See, I don't know about that one though, Cedric.
Is Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie?
I also would say that I don't think Lethal Weapon is the superior film. I do think Die Hard is
there's
better.
the answer. No, wait.
Oh, and you're dead. Hey!
Oh, that's fun.
That's nice.
Okay, yeah, well, like, Die Hard is not a good, like, people go like, Die Hard's a Christmas movie because it's set at Christmas time. And it's like, you can just watch Die Hard at Christmas if you want. Like, you don't need to pretend that you think it's a Christmas movie just because it's set at Christmas.
I will say as well that Die Hard does feature Christmas a lot more than some of the people who claim it's not at all a Christmas movie do.
Yeah, there's no Christmas related arc.
No, but there are Christmas related things.
The big character arc in Die Hard is the very, very likable character actor Reginald Vell Johnson kind of overcoming his guilt over shooting a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he does seem to have shot the kid by accident.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good for him. Officer of the Year, LAPD. But I will note that they made the...
Also, did you know that was Alan Rickman's first movie?
I think I knew that. Yeah. Is Murtaugh... which one is which? At any rate, they made the Danny Glover sprite by just palette swapping the Mel Gibson sprite.
Well, they changed his hair. Didn't they?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Although he doesn't have Danny Glover's hair.
No.
There you go.
Murtaugh is Danny Glover. Okay.
Maybe I just didn't get a good enough look, but I feel like they worked a lot harder to make me believe that I was playing Mel Gibson than they did to make me believe I'm playing Danny Glover now. I hate these
The whole guys.
Yeah, what a stupid enemy.
It's real weird. I don't remember that from the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you have a better memory.
The scene where a bunch of guys have dug holes into the floor of a warehouse.
Is there a guy who... Well, there might be a scene where somebody pops out of a hole. That's not out of the question.
No, that could have happened once. Alright, here, Greg. Take the continue.
I'll take the continue. Alright. Come on.
I don't think this is a very good game.
Well, I didn't get the continue.
Okay, they did change the hair.
Yeah, they definitely changed the hair. You're right.
It's definitely a case where you should reset the game rather than using your only continue on the first stage.
Yeah. How do you switch out of the gun, did you say?
Select.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Pretty good tune.
That's alright. I don't
like great. It's pretty good. I'm certainly not trying to oversell it. Just in the spirit of saying something nice.
Just one kick. And a jump. I know the Double Dragon games are obviously one of the standouts of the genre. However, unexpected that even the Game Boy ports would just really be head and shoulders above.
I will say that I totally expected that would be the case. Especially because the non-Double Dragon games were Ocean Software movie adaptations.
Yeah. Okay, got some bullets back.
But yeah, having those enemies in the hole, if you're not going to let me take a knee and shoot from that level, is really frustrating.
Yeah.
And also just like, this fighting sucks.
Oh, it's terrible.
There's no reaction to your attacks, which is really kind of an essential part of the beat 'em up experience. And you just gotta time it absolutely perfectly, even though it's not rewarding in any way to do the timing perfectly, but it's what you must do. It's like the Battletoads stage where you're on the hand bike thing and the gameplay is just make sure you change the direction you're pressing at the exact moment your character crosses.
Okay, well, I feel like the Danny, just on that sprite change, I feel like the Danny Glover sprite might be a little shorter as well. Oop.
You gotta give it. They didn't just do a palette swap. I'll give them that. But oh man. Yeah, like this is exactly like that Battletoads level in that even if you were to get good at it, it's not rewarding in any way.
No.
You're not like, sweet. Figured out the perfect timing to do a jump kick to hit this guy in the hole because I'm not capable of just kneeing him in the face. Or putting a grenade down anywhere near him. Can only overthrow. I did a terrible thing to myself on Sunday night, Greg. Do you want to hear what I did?
Sure.
I came home from our role-playing game session and I realized, hey, I didn't take my pill at supper. And because I have a pill that I take sometimes twice a day. And so I grabbed it, and being in a hurry and absent-minded and kind of tired at the end of a long day, I also just popped my ADHD medication at 9:30 at night. So I slept that night from 12:30 to about 2:30, and then just woke up and just lay there completely wide awake. Not even like, you know, when you're trying to get to sleep and stressing you out, you're tossing and turning. Just lay there perfectly calmly with my eyes wide open for 5 hours, just thinking my thoughts.
Yeah.
And then I got up because it was a work day. And at around 9:30, 10, I was like, well, I better take my ADHD medication for the day or else I'm going to collapse and I gotta mark live presentations from 3 to 6. And so I did that.
That's game over.
And
well,
this is cool.
Oh, that is good.
Although the game over screen, they both got to retire.
Yeah.
Which for Riggs.
Not killed in duty.
No, I mean Murtaugh. For Murtaugh, that's exactly what he was going for.
Yeah.
Like Riggs, that's like, oh man, my career. But it's way better than being killed. Anyway, yeah. So it's just the worst feeling because like I felt awful and tired in a sense.
Yeah.
But like completely wide awake and alert and
Yes.
fully functional. It sucked.
Yeah.
It was really unpleasant. I mean, good that I was functional because I got my work done for the day, but oh god. And then on Tuesday, I forgot to take my ADHD medication. I was trashed that day. Normally, I can miss it and like it's not great, but like I'll survive.
I mean, after that day,
but you can't do 36 straight hours of dosed, then go to sleep, wake up, and try to do the next day raw. That's not what your brain wants. I'm feeling much better today, having taken a single dose of my ADHD medication at the correct time.
Good.
Okay, so interesting.
Yeah.
I think that this is a Goon tier game.
I think so too. I think so as well.
So hey, 2 more for the Goon tier. 2 for we're gonna find out next time when we check them out 2-player because I can see those games getting mid-boss.
Yeah.
Because they were quite fun.
Yeah. Agreed.
But we want to get a closer look and get a sense of the multiplayer. So we'll revisit them and perhaps also the Double Dragon Game Gear game. And then maybe by the week after that, I'll get those friggin' computer games working so we can round out 1992. And then we'll head into 1993 with one already ticked off and one already sampled. Because we got to play the Peacekeepers again, as I said.
Yeah,
we got to experience with sound.
Yes.
With music, I mean. So, cool.
No, you could hear the punches land. That was part of the disturbingness of it.
Yeah. and just a mild ambient sound, which is its own thing. So, yeah, check it out. What's coming up tomorrow night? Friday Night Frosthaven, Thursday Residence. We're on Thursdays for the rest of 2024. Mm-hmm. So mark your calendars. Fridays are Thursdays, Tuesdays are Wednesdays. So we're going to be playing the Haunted Vault scenario, which looks like a gimmick scenario built around lots of foot switches on the ground.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be the actual last ride of the Lurker Deep Wraith Click Trail Snip Click.
Yeah.
And then after that, I get to be the Algox Snow Speaker Miss Thumpa.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to that. And I hope everybody else is too. On Saturday, we are picking it up with Space Quest 4, Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers. I'm right about where I was last time I left off, except that before I realized I was stuck, I solved a bunch of stuff. So we're going to do all that stuff. And I think I'm pretty much going to cruise right to the end of the Space Quest 10 timeline, get to a time pod. I think I figured out the next code for whatever the next timeline is. I figure at some point this game has to take us to Space Quest 1, 2, or 3, and I'm really interested to see if they'll do the VGA remake style that they did of Space Quest 1, or if they'll do the gimmick of flipping back to EGA graphics.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic we're flipping back to EGA graphics, but we'll see. Looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. On Sunday, Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpentile, the game that just goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah, the game that will not die.
I completed the latest thing that it put between us and the Frozen North, which was to defeat that jerk whose name slipped my mind, who led the expedition of miners and then went crazy and killed every single one of them except for one, etc., etc. We met the Forest Master. We have the whistle now to summon the Hound of whatever, who is going to come and help us find Kantra, who's been missing since the very start of the game and not followed up on up until now. The 2 big challenges are, 1, is this wooden sword that I have the specific wooden sword we need, or do I need to go to the debug room? Where is the debug room? How can I get there, etc. Question 2 is, I have to blow the whistle to find him. Will I be able to find the whistle in my inventory? Because I haven't found it yet. But I allegedly have it. Or maybe it's on the floor next to where the Forest Master gave it to me. I hope it's somewhere in my bag. But we'll find out together. And then on into the next week. Listen, if I get a chance, and it seems unlikely between now and next beat 'em up.
It's a tough week.
But it is likely in the near, before I submit final grades, I will find time to play some more Lolo. I want to finish Adventures of Lolo Famicom, the Japanese Lolo 2 equivalent. I think 2 floors left to go, maybe 3. I'm looking forward to that. And before you know it, it'll be Wednesday. The, we have always lived in the castle. The official day of Greg and James beat 'em up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we've been. That's where we're going. That's it. That's all there is. Take us home, Greg.
Thank you for joining us. I've been on a quest to be unblurry the last couple of minutes, and I've succeeded. So, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Please follow us down below or subscribe. James is offering 30 days of conditional love.
Conditional only on your continued subscription.
Take care, Cedric, and remember, until next time, violence is never the answer, except in video games. Bye-bye.
See you later.